All right, a big day today in the markets. Of course, CPI came out this morning, a little bit hotter than expected, puts a lot of things into question, like if the Fed is going to cut. June cut estimated yesterday was about, I think 50%, and now it's likely not going to happen. The first cut is actually estimated now for election week. So we'll see. The market is pricing in about 2 cuts this year, 25 bips each. We'll see if the market what it can do. I thought we were going to base for a little while regardless, and this is just a reason potentially, but we'll see if this slows down the markets. But let's see what happened today. All right, so mortgage-backed securities, we're going to see where most of the pain was today. Mortgage-backed securities, real estate, and bonds had multiple standard deviation moves. I'm talking 3 standard deviations. So very, very large moves with the rate rip now with obviously, cuts in doubt and so on. So let's look at all these moves, see if we have any setups. I personally just bring in I had notes to buy the market very soon, like at the end of next week. So I love the entry. This is close to providing. So let's pull up the charts here on these tickers. So the moves, first of all, was the only thing that was up literally was volatility in terms of a space. And the down move, South Korea had elections last night. I'm not sure, but I think like crazy liberal party won or something. I don't know, but that market was down 4%. And we talked about that yesterday in the video because that has been the biggest loser over the past week. So we already knew about that one. Mortgage-backed securities, we're going to see down 1.5% is massive for MBS. Also, emerging market bonds was down same amount, 1.6%. Real estate, a multiple sigma move. I took a bath today on the IYR. Thankfully, TSM offset it, and it was actually a pretty flat, boring day for me. But real estate down 4% as a sector, brutal with the rates move. And then bonds, TLD, things like that, down 3 standard deviations or 1%. And then we'll look at best trades of the week. Through now, it's long Bitcoin, long vol, and short South Korea. So, buying things like IBIT calls would have worked out great. Maybe they still do. And then being in things like EWY puts would really be doing well right now. All right, let's fire this up and let's look at these because, I've been, a little quiet. I thought the market was obviously going to make a move today. So have not been making moves and want to get back to trading these things. So let's try and get some trade signals for real. All right. So let's look at the thing that moved today, VXX. This kind of lets me know when this hits its head on its top Bollinger Band to me. This lets me know that the move is complete. This is going to look like a crap chart because of the 1 year and it just always goes down. But my target for this had been, and I kind of know that the move is over, the panic as it were, is 1490 essentially is what I'm looking at on the other, I have another monitor here, but 1490 would be the move. You got a small explosion here of 2.5%. I think we had that a couple of days ago on some other scare, so not a amazing move like the rally's dead and such. But yeah, we're trading 1384 now. My target would be another buck from here, so I would need another like 4 moves like that. Expect something like that possibly to happen over the next week or so, 2 weeks, something like that, and then you discount it, of course. But this could be nearing an end, maybe like a little bit more, I think. Okay, other one. So EWY down 3.8. That was the only thing that was up was VXX. Now we go to the down moves and really big. EWY, that is a massive move. I think we were talking about this yesterday. Let me see what my target was on this. We were looking at this yesterday. I said I like this from the buy zone. I think it could go a little bit further below 65, and boy, did it. So this is kind of like dead money. This black line is a 200-day moving average, and that is just like a battleship. Hasn't really done much since August, so I put my money elsewhere. I would like this more from the long side. I think it's still a positive story. You're getting a great entry here if you capture this today, but I'm not. Let me think. I am looking for long dollars. This could have nice upside to 68. I think everything globally potentially will base for like at least a week. I'm not rushing to throw cash, so unfortunately, I'm talking myself out of trades. But I don't think I'm going to like rush into something immediately. Maybe if I got that VXX capitulation higher. This has been like a pretty bad story. The mortgage-backed securities, obviously, with the rates impact. This broke support. This is a very rare type thing, as you can see. We abided by this green band, except on the low there, basically on October 23rd, a couple of times before that in the fall. In September, here we did it again. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put money on this. This is a pretty negative story, but I wouldn't sell it down here. Obviously, maybe get a little mean reversion bounce to 91.80 or so, but nothing to do. That was the mortgage-backed securities ETF down big today. EMB is the emerging market bond iShares ETF down 1.6. Let me look what this looks like. Yeah, I'd be a better buyer of this. This is a nice on sale discount. This is actually pretty nice. I don't trade things like this that move from 88 to 90, 90 half at best. That's pretty tough in options. But yeah, I like this from a buy zone for a buy area, but I'm not going to place any trades on it. Now for stuff I am in essentially, so I'm in IYR, but this trade's very correlated with XLRA. And this took an absolute spanking today. Wow. I had a ticker lure up as well to buy home builders, and I held off just because I don't think the market needs capital right this second. Although I do think there was some great pricing today. XHB would be the way I play it. This 200 stabilization of this 200-day moving average reminds me of the other chart we were just looking at. To me, if you caught this entry today, it's really strong, even with the 10-year at 4.5%. This is the worst this sector can do. I don't hate it. There's better places, the better ways to play it. I like XHB. I like IYR. I think a little bit better than this one. But yeah, this took a bath today. If you're in this, yeah, I don't like the fact too that it peaked back here before Christmas. That's not wonderful. So yeah, but and on top of that, it's range bound in between from there all the way back to Thanksgiving. So not a huge mover. I'm not going to place any trades on this. IEI, basically we'll call it the 5-year bond. I think you know how this one's been going. It had a nice little, almost like a cup and handle there. Bang and bang lower. And with a really significant break here, 3 standard deviations or 0.9%. That's huge for, essentially the 5-year, 5-year bond. Yeah, this is beat up. I was talking about TLT, liking that from a short area if you got a little bit of a bump, but because there's very strong support ahead of 91. I'm not going to play with it here. All right, best trades in the market. So the best trades, let's see if any of these are setting up. I've been liking Bitcoin. I think this is still looking great. Yeah, I think this looks even better. This was up 1.7 today. I bet the best trade actually in the market over the past 5 days. I like this one. I think you are. Yeah, I think this is going to have potentially. I think it's potentially surpasses this high, but the market needs to participate. I think so. As long as the market bases for a while, then it'll do so with a 7 times SPX vol. But I think upside for this one, I still like it. And the fact that it's the best trade of the past week, I think you're on the right side. Just got to hang in there. VXX, we already looked at this chart. We're waiting for that to capitulate a little bit higher. COPX is the 3rd best trade in the market. This I'm going to give weeks. This whole commodities complex is just, I'm not going to buy breakouts through options because you're going to pay intense vol. But this story is, I think you have to include it in your portfolio. It's just everything's hitting new highs and inflation's here for longer. You got to own some of the stuff that has pricing power and other factors. So all that being said, I want this to come down to like 42, and then I'll pay up for that to the upside back to 46 where we are. But good luck. You're gonna have to wait for that one. Silver, a new 52-week high today. Not much you can say that about when the market moves down. Russell was down 2.6%. So silver was hitting 52-week highs today. Wild. Like I said, I need weeks for this, and then maybe if I can participate around 23.5. But this is, if you're in it, congrats. Nat gas. I've been waiting for this to pop, and it is one of the best trades. The 5th best long in the past 5 days. Not huge, but they've been hard to fund on the long side. So my level for this to short, similar to the VXX capitulation point, is 1660. We're at 1567 here. Is it down a big 1% today, and that hurt. I am getting very close. I had a note on this to short right around tomorrow, by the end of the week. I had, and I want to get it above 16.5. I used to roll put spreads on this. I would love to re-enter that trade. This is just a piece of crap. Dances to the beat of its own drum, and is not participating with the commodities boom. It did hit a low 2 weeks ago. It's 52-week low, but this still looks weak. This couldn't even barely scratch 50 on the RSI. This is not a winner. Hasn't had such a profile since mid-January. I'm not interested in it, and I would rather participate from the short side. I'll let you know if I put on a trade. It would be something like, should it get to that 16.5 strike, I would love that. And then I'll probably do like a 15-14 spread, probably maybe May or June. But we'll see. All right, top losers of the week. EWI, already looked at it. That's the biggest loser, averaging 1% a day, but today was down 4 alone. ITB, we didn't look at this one specifically. We looked at XLRE, so we'll do that. Obviously going to be very highly correlated. This one I'd love to buy. This one's very, very similar to XHB. This looks great. I think maybe if things stabilize another day or two, I'll do a head-to-head later about XHB, but this looks great. I don't think you're going to get much better than today's entry. Yeah, I love that. If you're not in there, I think it's great. I know today was down a big 4.7%. That is a massive move. Uranium, we are short, and this is the third best short in the market, but not doing enough for my options. This thing really, when you get in options, it really needs to move, especially in the higher vol products. So this is on its way down. This clearly looks like a top here. Could not sustain that 31. High still are held from February 1st. And now I'm anticipating move towards 29. Today it was up 1% though, bucking the trend. It's had a pretty bad week. Retail, the fourth biggest loser in the market the past week. This has been a superstar. I'm in a constituent, Abercrombie. This looks great. I might it's losing a little bit of momentum, but I still like these. Definitely one of the stronger areas. I don't think you're going to get much better entry than this. Down 2% today, maybe give it another day or two to stabilize. But if you can get it around 73, I like it to 79. I think that could be a great trade. So looking for places to put trades on, and I'm getting a few. So this is good setups. And then regional banks, the fifth biggest loser this past week. A lot of the pain from today, down 5% today. It debuts on this list. It was having a nice rebound here, I would say. But I mean, this has good support at 46, so I'm not going to really participate here. I'm not going to do anything. That's a strange counter trend. It's just starting to make its way back. Yeah, when it's just towing with the 50 RSI up and down, I'm going to find better areas for that. All right, so if you're long IBIT, long volatility, short South Korea, you have the three best trades in the marketplace. We'll see what happens tomorrow. See you later. Bye-bye.